Hello, boys, gals, non-binary pals. Welcome to the Judgies Not Advice Hour, the only advice podcast on the internet where illegally this is not advice. My name's Josh.
My name's Erica.
And my name's Christian.
And this is not
advice.
And this is not advice. A little bit of technical issues. That's okay. We're only on this our second time recording.
Yes.
So there's gonna be some bumps.
Yeah.
They're going to be hiccups.
Call me Fergie the way I love my Judgies bumps.
Okay.
Your lovely Judgies bumps.
Check it out.
I shit and piss like crazy. The piss babies are daily. Listening to this podcast, it makes me really hot. Yeah, Erica and Christian, Josh and also Rora. Yeah, they be judging stories, and sometimes when I send them in, I wanna cry, and then I shit my pants out. No, I shit them, but now I got a story, and that's all I got. I prepared all of it.
So impressive.
I prepared.
He has it all written down right
It's
there.
all written down right here. As you can see,
You're not fooling anybody.
it's all on the lappy. It's all in the fucking lappy, bro.
Oh, I don't.
It's on the fucking lappy.
I heard some Love Island drama.
So this is the sad part, is we haven't been keeping up. We stopped watching, and then like literally, it's like this has been the craziest shit in the world.
Really?
So I'm a little upset about it.
Okay, then we won't talk about it.
Fuck,
Yeah.
we got to get into it quick.
But we are here. We're gonna get some listener submitted voicemails, some calls in 850 Judgies. Yeah, we got it.
850 Judgies.
I mean, great vibes. This first caller wants to know what to do about their uncle and their aunt hooking up.
Uh-oh.
Are they not married?
Hey, Judgies. Okay.
Are they brother and sister?
They're siblings.
Yeah.
I forgot that uncles and aunts do that.
Yeah.
When they get married, these are siblings
Ooh.
in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom and dad have been fucking recently.
In the sense of the law, they're siblings.
I just found out my brother and his fiance have had a hand-holding session.
Oh, gross.
And they didn't grow up together.
Hey, Judgies.
Hey.
Okay, so don't use my name. You don't have my name. I would really love for you to make one up, though. My
Juniper.
pronouns are she, her. I'm going to give you a little vignette, if you will, about the two main characters in the story. The first one, he is, let's see, probably like mid-late 60s. He is I should know the word for this, ontologist. So he's a cancer doctor. He has cancer. He's unwilling to do any checkups as to where it is. This is a rough start to my message. It's fine, though, because we don't like him.
He's a cancer doctor.
He's
He
a
is a
cancer
cancer
doctor.
doctor.
He was born in the latter half of June.
Yeah.
So he is a cancer.
Oh.
He also has cancer.
Ah.
But
He
also, he's a bad guy.
He doesn't need no
Well,
damn
most
doctor
cancers
to
are.
tell him.
So he
He is the
a
cancer doctor.
Cancer.
What's
It's a new show coming to ABC, Cancer Doctor. It's sort of the antithesis to Good Doctor.
Okay.
It's the Cancer Doctor. He just really sucks.
He's really crabby.
He's in podiatry. He's known colloquially as the Cancer Doctor.
We got fired for sexual harassment, had to move to a new state. He's my uncle. We don't like him. He's very gross, says sexual things in family situations, like jokes, but uncomfortable, unnecessary. Very odd guy. The second character is a woman that I met once in my life when I was very young. She used to be, from what I'm told, because I don't remember her, she used to be pretty normal looking.
Now
She
she's
recently
fucked up.
had what she thinks is a glow up, meaning
Okay.
a whole lot of fake boobs, leopard print, way too blonde hair, awful cut.
No, that sounds
nasty.
hot.
Anyways, she's not nice either, so that's fine being mean. But okay, the location. We show up, it's my grandpa's 92nd birthday. I haven't seen anyone in a while because I moved out of the area. Grandpa is a lovely human being, very liberal at 92 years old. Will get in an argument with a Trumper, but that's a different story.
Love him.
So he is lovely. It's his birthday. We're trying to have a good time. These two characters, step-siblings, plot twist. They're step-siblings. They didn't grow up in the same house, but they did grow up spending part of their childhood around each other.
Oh.
So the party starts. It's quite a large family, so I'm kind of like, doing my best to survive. I'm not around them. But word comes back that they're sitting around the table talking about what a shitty father my grandpa is. So I'm not taking it, and I'm like, why is nobody doing anything about this? So I go out there, and I sit down at the table, because nobody wants to sit with them. They're the only people at this table. So I sit down, and they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, sitting down. And then they shut up. So I was like, okay, situation mended.
We're
And
trying
I
to
walk
fuck over
away.
here. What are you doing?
Then I get word they start like getting like touchy, like a hand on the thigh. I believe the stepsister started it. They didn't grow up together their whole lives, but they are step siblings. They know it. They were like around each other as kids. Weird stuff. So it just progresses.
They've been fucking the whole time.
Nobody's saying anything, which is why I'm like, is my family just super passive? Should we have said something? Anyways, the night goes on. She's like wrapped around his arm. They're sitting next to each other. I think at one point her head's like on his arm, like resting. Gross stuff. And so then they're like holding hands on the table, and it's the end of the night. And my dad and my sister are trying to take pictures of them to show my dad's mom to embarrass them, because I guess that's something. That's some sort of I don't know, consequence. And I'm getting fed up with them, because I'm like, why is nobody doing anything? And I turn around and I go, family photo. And then I take a picture of them, and the picture could be a Renaissance painting, because the third person at this table looks horrified. It is a fantastic picture. And they're just looking at the camera grinning, like no sort of embarrassment. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then they were like,
they're about to suck and fuck.
Being real weird at the end of the night, gave each other their number. My uncle was like, come down to Arizona, blah, blah, blah.
There's no incest laws here.
But what would you have done? Because ultimately, nothing really happened. My question, I guess, is what would you have done in this situation? Or what would other family members of yours have done in this situation?
Oh, boy. Hey, my family is a passive family. You would have been hearing a lot of gossip at that party.
Yeah.
But no one would have stopped it.
Correct.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody in my family would have, because this is such a hard thing to, like, I have a pretty, like, my family gatherings aren't large.
Okay.
You guys both have large family gatherings. Yeah. So it'd be weird if the people who I've always seen my whole life would then start doing something like this, you know?
Yeah.
I guess.
As opposed, I mean, this is like a distant, like our listener said here, like they didn't know who this lady was. They've only seen her really once.
Yeah.
And then she just showed up, and now they're getting kind of freaky and handsy.
I think I'd be creeped out if I was at any kind of family reunion and like my creepy uncle started getting handsy with like even the date he brought.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck is Uncle Tim doing over there?
This is not the time nor place to be behaving in such a way.
That's what the entire state of Arizona is for.
Yeah.
Go back there and be weird with your step siblings.
They're all old fucks out there. They're all sucking and fucking. They're taking out dentures and sucking and fucking even.
Touch as many buttes as you want out there. Doesn't matter if there's steps or buttes.
Ooh.
What?
I just didn't like it.
You don't think Meemaw's taking her dentures out to give Gramps the old slopper top?
Oh my god.
I wonder how that is. I mean, we've had a story on the Judgies about that.
Uh-huh.
I guess I got to knock out all of Aurora's teeth to see, because famously your family has really good teeth genetics, so there's no way I'd ever find out.
I guess I just have to keep feeding her sweets at night and then be like, don't brush your teeth, though. Don't brush your teeth.
I'm sort of like, I'm going to be like the modern, you can get one ready. I'm sort of going to be like the modern Marilyn Manson. I'm going to remove a rib and 32 teeth to give myself a self-suck.
Okay.
Which is kind of
That's
cooler.
better. That's better.
That was gross.
I'm sort of going to be Marilyn the man.
It sucks that my frickin' Johnson's a little small, so I have to get 2 sets of ribs out.
Oh, that's old no ribs, no teeth, Chrissy.
He got all his ribs taken out so he could suck his own dick.
I got my spine shortened, so I can sort of suck my own peener about it. I needed to remove length.
All right.
And I put it on the old Mr. Cock and Johnson to, give me a longer boner. And they said, that's not how that works. And I said, do it. What do you think I'm paying you for?
What do you think I'm paying you
You're
for?
a plastic surgeon.
What does this have to do with the story?
I don't remember at this point.
The uncle and Steppe are sucking and fucking for sure.
Okay.
There's no way. Here's the thing. That dude is a creep. And he's just checking off bucket list things at this point. He's being a fucking freak about it.
He's going to die. He's on borrowed time.
Yeah.
Does that change our analysis at all? Of if you would say something considering he's on borrowed time? Like what level of death's doorstep do you need to be before you're like, just let him go out fucking his stepsister? You know what I mean? I see it on porn sites all the time, and they don't look sickly at all.
Here's the thing. If it's getting like real hot and heavy, not just them being like kind of like, are they like flirting right now?
Yeah.
If they're flirting right now, it's talk of the town at the family gathering. If they're getting hot and heavy, like making out, and it's like, he's got like 2 weeks left, and it's like, I feel like if I stop him, he might die.
That's probably for the best.
It really is it's like a double-sided. What's like the opposite of a double-sided sword? It's like both outcomes are good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a double-sided dildo.
Okay.
That's the opposite of a double-sided sword. We're getting a little blue on this episode.
A little blue, a little crass over here. Sorry.
You didn't like the double-sided dildo? Really?
I'm
And in Pride Month, you don't like double-sided dildos.
I didn't say that.
Okay. You implied it.
Did I?
You implied it. Would you say something?
I think it depends. How many drinks have I had?
I was gonna say, Erica, I can totally see you like if you walked into a room and it like hit you in the face, you go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like you would audibly give a reaction.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
sober I would for sure, especially if I didn't like them.
I think I would give like a triple take. I think I would give a triple take and then walk out.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Huh?" And then I would not go in that room for the rest of them gathering.
Yeah, no, I would. I'd say something.
Yeah. Yes, you would.
You would.
What are you saying? Knock it off. Hey,
I'd probably be like, well, why don't you two go get a room?
in Arizona.
Sure. I'd probably bring up Arizona for sure.
I
hear it's legal there.
Yeah, you can do anything you want with steps and buttes.
I famously said that, yes.
Well, Josh did earlier.
Listen, I brought it back up because I feel like this joke needed to get more rambunctious applause.
Yeah. I mean, the Buttes was a deep pull.
Okay, you know what a step is?
Are there steps in Arizona? Is it the same thing?
Notoriously all in one level.
The only thing I know about steps is that they have them in Mongolia.
All I know is about steps is that they're a geographical formation, geological formation, which is similar to buttes.
Okay. I didn't know they're similar.
I don't
Makes
know if they're
sense.
similar. They're both geological formations.
My bad. What's the difference between a butte and a mesa?
I can't mesa my cock in your throat.
Oh my
I
god.
can butte it. Okay.
Yeah. Is that what you were looking for? Is that the same?
No, it wasn't, and it kind of hurt my feelings, I guess. I guess I didn't expect you to be on the same team as the uncle.
I guess I'm pretty blue here. First of all cancers stick together. We all know that's kind of how they work.
That's true. That's true.
A mesa is really long and flat, and a butte is short and flat.
So out of us three, I'm the mesa, you're the butte, and Erica's the step.
Do we have a step? Can we see what a step looks like?
We should take a BuzzFeed quiz right now. Completely derail this. Which geological formation are you? I'm very clearly the mesa.
Steppe is a vast treeless grassland characterized by a semi-arid climate.
Okay, that sounds like Arizona. Arid zona is how they call it. That sucks, listener. I think what's really funny about this was 2 voicemails I spliced together. I moved some stuff around to make it make more slightly more coherent sense. I loved how it just started out with to be like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
This lady also sucks. I'm going to say some probably slightly problematic things.
Yeah.
Talking about her appearance. But it's okay because we hate her. And then it went into like, also our listener here was upset because they were criticizing her grandpa.
Okay.
Who is a good guy.
Yeah.
Also, you sat next to them and they were kind of bitchy to you. And so you're like, I'm sitting. And then also they were fucking each other.
Yeah.
Right. At the very least, fucking.
Yeah. I mean, this story has mountains and valleys.
Interesting.
We are getting really geopolitical with it.
Heavy on the geo.
Well, political's coming up. Don't worry.
Kind of. This next one is about a guy who can't get the aux cord back.
Oh, hey, I feel like that would happen to me. Oh, I bring down the mood one time and I can't get it fucking back.
Correct.
Hi, Erica. Hi, Josh. Hi, Christian.
Hello.
I'm Ben, he, him, website CEO on the Discord server. You can say my name because I just said it with my mouth, so I don't care. Several years ago now, whenever my friends would give me the aux cord for something, I would always play Combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell by Das Racist because I don't like having the aux cord, and I wanted to give them an excuse to not make me do it. It was to the point where at my best friend's wedding, where I was the best man, they tried to do a Spotify playlist for songs to play during the ceremony or the reception.
Tell me you didn't.
And I immediately added that song.
No.
And I like to believe that's why they scrapped that idea and did not go with a playlist at all.
Honestly, you saved
My question
it.
would be, for non-advice, how do I get them to trust me on the aux cord again? Because I'm more confident in my music taste now, and I don't mind being on the aux.
Playlist.
But I did it so much that they definitely refuse to trust me ever again with it. I don't know how to turn it around.
Yeah.
Thanks. Love you guys.
All right. The only way you can win back their trust is by sending them songs and wowing them with the songs you're sending them. You will never get the aux cord back until you can prove that, like,
that is true.
You have left the stigma of thinking the joke song is funny.
Real quick, just for our listeners who maybe haven't heard it, we'll give a little snippet of the song here.
I'm at the Pizza Hut.
I'm at the Taco Bell. What? I'm at the Combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
It's that for 3 minutes. There are no other lyrics.
Yeah.
There's not a single other lyric.
When we got this voicemail, I immediately was like, I'm aware of the song, but I was like, I don't think I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll go listen to it. And it's just that in other form, like they just like do it different tones.
Okay.
Or different cadences. And that is uploaded as 4.7 million views, this version. And the description is a shit song. I absolutely hate it.
That's by Das Racist? That's what they said?
That's uploaded by Let Me Rave.
I do still sing this anytime I say a combination restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's a timeless ref. You know, I relate to you, Ben, a bit here because
you also
dog shit taste in music.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You just said it faster.
This is crazy. I've shown Christian so many cool bands.
This is unfortunate. That is true.
And I've also part contributor on our party playlist, which is pretty good.
I'm heavy part contributor. Heavy on the part.
On my body weight. So
That's
also
I
have a middle part, not a heavy part.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that I have like 90% of the songs on there.
Okay. I was just slinging some shit back your way. So what? You're gonna flip me off on my on my own house? When we would have parties, I felt like I was often handed the aux.
Yeah.
Well, if it's your party.
No. When it was at your house, sometimes
I
I would often get the aux, and I would panic, On the first party that you guys threw at your house, the horse warming. You guys bought a horse and you had a horse warming party.
Yes,
Our
the horse.
housewarming / birthday
Slash
/
graduation.
graduation party. Yes.
I was handed the aux for the inside music at some point.
Yeah.
And I was not prepared. And I was like, I don't know. So I just put my Spotify like songs on shuffle and it's playing like the saddest Paramore songs. And someone's like, Josh, what are you playing? And I was like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? And I panicked. And I put in the work. I said, hey, maybe I'll just put on like 2000s party playlist.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with 2000s party playlists.
People make the playlists for you.
Yeah. Summer hits of the 90s is also a classic.
I remember preparing for your wedding. You and your friend Haley were working in your living room, and I don't know why I was there. I don't know what I was doing. But I just literally put on like 2000s angsty music playlist. And Haley was like, this is a really good playlist, Josh. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is.
But at one point in my life, I was intentionally putting on bad music to get off the aux. I was like, please, I don't want this. Somebody else take it.
I'd have to say, I still feel this way.
Yeah.
I feel like I listen to music that is not, it's not crowd music.
Yeah. You struggle at karaoke night.
I definitely, karaoke night, I can't, give me a dog shit Midwest emo song that doesn't have a karaoke version online because it's like getting 1,000 listens a month or some bullshit. And then it's just like the most technical music in the world that's like, this is not good karaoke. Where's just the fun sing-along songs?
Yeah.
And my brain just like, I guess I don't listen to that music.
Here's my go-to if somebody hands me the aux and I'm trying based on vibes. 90s. Like I said, summer hits of the 90s.
Mm-hmm. 30 years ago.
Hipster barbecue radio is always a classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if it's more of a family friendly vibe, National Parks radio.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because it's like upbeat radio songs, but still kind of like chill vibes. Nothing too like, it's not like house party. It's not like, it's just chill. Those are my 3 go-tos.
In terms of not advice, I think you start driving places and say,
ooh,
and like check out this new, and like you have to earn the trust back.
Yeah.
You
Plus
can only play combination Taco Hut and Pizza Bell, Taco Hut and Pizza Bell.
Yeah.
Taco Bell and Pizza Hut and Taco Bell so many times before. Understandably, they are like 50th bitten, 50th times shy. You know what I mean?
Right. Plus, if you're the driver, then driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts their cake hole.
Really?
Whoa, cake hole.
I didn't know that. I thought driver gets the pick. I thought passenger's in charge of music and navigation.
Passengers in
Clearly.
charge, but it defers to the driver first.
Clearly, you guys have never watched Supernatural.
Because if the driver doesn't want to be on their phone,
You forget that was what it was from.
Yes.
but the passenger controls, but the driver
Driver has
selects.
veto power.
Yeah. They're like the passenger's like a vice president of sorts.
Okay. That makes sense.
Very funny song to get kicked off the aux for, though.
Yeah.
I mean, perfect.
Also, like putting
'Cause-
it on the wedding playlist is like kind of just commitment to the bit at that point. It's
Yeah.
like, do you actually love me? Do you want me to be your best man or not?
Well, and it's not like it got played at the wedding, you know?
Exactly.
Are we worried that they're going to take our advice, get the aux cord back, and then immediately do the bit?
No,
They should. Ben should.
You would, for sure.
It'd be really funny. It'd be really funny.
Be like, no, I got a cool new song to show you, and then accidentally play Taco Bell Pizza Hut, and then change it to the good song.
Taco Hut Pizza Bell.
Yeah.
I'm at the Taco Hut. I'm at the Pizza Bell. I'm at the Combination Taco Hut and Pizza Bell. Fuck, it's such a good.
It's
It's
gonna
a
be
little
in my
earworm.
Yeah, it's gonna be in my head for days.
This next voicemail is from someone who's worried because their ex won't give her stuff back.
No, give it back.
Hi, this is Alexis. My pronouns are she, her. Yes, you can say my name. I just need your non-advice about something. My ex-fiance of 6 years who ended things with me for his girl best friend, never sent me any of my shit back after he kicked us out of our apartment and made me move back home, which, keep in mind, is a 12-hour drive home. How should I go about it? what would you do in this situation? How would you text or call them to get your shit back, even though they've blocked you on everything and refuse to send your stuff back? I would greatly appreciate the advice. If you guys want any more details about this story, because it's a really crazy fucking story, let me know. Thank you. I love you guys. Also, I've been a piss baby since 2021, and Ricky is my favorite.
What the hell?
Team Ricky all the way. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
There's no team. This isn't team sports.
You might have to send in the story to the judges.
Yes. Send the story in.
Here's the thing. Here's what I would do, I think. If he's like completely blocked you and like has your shit, you just show up.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Like,
you gotta bring a couple friends, show up.
I know it's a 12-hour drive and that sucks, but like that is the only
invite Ben.
picks.
He's really dying to show his playlist skills.
Hopefully they don't live in Arizona. I think you got to just show up and like, because the thing is, you know where he lives. I don't know if he knows where you live now. I guess you're with your parents, so maybe he does, considering you're dating for 6 years. But like, you have the power in the situation to show up, and like, this is you can contact the police because technically he is stealing from you, and you can show up with a police officer, and be like, "We're getting my shit back." I wouldn't recommend it because obviously the police are fucking dog shit. However, if it comes to that, of course, this person has straight up stolen your items, and holding them against your will.
I do think it depends on like what of your items did he take? Is it just like you're trying to get your PS5 back? Is it like all of your belongings?
Yeah, like your whole wardrobe.
Your great grandma's hanky.
Yeah. I think
no.
You don't know what a hanky is?
Leave it.
A handkerchief?
Yeah, but I don't want old person snot.
Grandma's just blowing her nose in that, wiping her butt.
Hankies were for tears
and nose and butt.
And nose and
definitely
butt.
not butt. Probably nose.
Sometimes butt.
A little bit of sweat.
You can't say she's never used it on her butt.
I think we have a lot of listeners that wish they had a frickin' hanky. Anytime they're sending us in their shit, their pants are, and they're like, I had to use my sock. Imagine they had a hanky.
Oh,
use my sock. Oh, nuts.
Yeah. I think you got to show up. I mean, if he's blocking you and he's not responding to you, and like not in a like crazy ex-girlfriend way.
No.
You have to go with somebody else is the thing.
Oh, for sure. You need backup.
Probably a guy.
Yeah, you need at least one enforcer.
Someone who's
not even an enforcer, but just
someone who's non-confrontational, someone who he maybe doesn't have any ill will against or no. Just someone to be like, hey, I'm just here to move shit.
Yeah.
Like, she just wants her stuff back. We don't need it to be crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's your only option at this point.
Yeah. I am curious on the how.
Or arsenic.
And here's the thing.
Kill
he
him.
was your fiance, so like I imagine him leaving you for his girl best friend probably didn't go over too smoothly.
Yeah, I bet not.
But I'm curious on how this relationship ended, and how
probably not amicably.
Yeah, how intense is the show up at the door being like, I need my stuff back gonna be?
Well, the thing is, if you're adults, even an unamicable split,
you should be able to
you should be able to exchange goods and services, cleaning, dry cleaning, blowjobs.
I was gonna say you're definitely talking.
Can you call his mom?
Ooh.
Oh, you could always tattle. I like the tattle. That's better than cops.
Well, I would call mom before I called cops.
Yeah. What if his mom's a cop?
Well, then you can't even call the cops because they won't be on your side.
Yep. But I feel like if he's blocked you on everything, then you could be like, oh, I'm trying to get a hold of him. I just want my stuff. Can you say something to him?
Yeah.
Can you get my stuff for me and I'll meet you? Situation.
That's a really good
or like a sibling or whoever in his family you were closer with, whatever.
That's a very good. Yeah, if you can get into contact, and then you're meeting a third location.
Yeah,
and that sort of goes into that like third spaces debate that
exactly
we're having these days.
You might become friends there.
Yeah.
And then maybe even, they can be the person to be in contact with your ex. That way you don't have to talk to them.
Yeah.
And they can either get your stuff for you or arrange with your ex, like they'll have the keys to the place, we'll arrange for a time. You have 30 minutes to come get your shit.
Yeah.
And then
I like that. That's smart. Unfortunately, this is not advice, so you can't take it.
Yeah.
We copyrighted that advice.
Having the 30 minutes to take your shit kind of feels like supermarket sweep. It kind of feels like I am going in there, I'm taking all the produce.
Yeah.
I know, that has to be mine. I remember buying this when I left. I'm taking the TV off the wall. I'm taking all the big dollar items.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Spoiled milk. No. Yeah, I like the especially if you're gonna not do it from such a nice angle as Erica recommended. You can just shame him through his mom. I know a example of that happening where there was a very bad lying guy who broke up with his girlfriend, and he wouldn't like tell his friends and podcast co-hosts, and so she called his mom, and she fucking like pretty much pulled him by the ear to be like, you better fucking treat her right. You better fucking do everything she asks.
That's sick.
And I was like, what are you gonna do? It's your mom. Like,
yeah, I'm not gonna big dog my mom, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Do you think you could big dog your mom? No, never mind. I know your mom well enough.
My mom is the big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell her I said that.
It would go straight to her head.
It would absolutely go straight to her head.
This next voicemail is from, I'll say it. It's probably the most unique voicemail we'll ever get.
Oh. I had a question. My question was immediately solved by the end. Was it a real cat?
No.
By the end, not a real cat.
Absolutely not a real cat. You thought you could fool us, but we're not the fools.
Yeah.
We're not Penn and Teller. You can't fool us here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Penn and Teller weren't fooled either.
They get fooled sometimes.
They get fooled sometimes.
They're kind of
I
like
never
the
watched
Who,
it.
in which case they won't get fooled again.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was unique.
Yeah.
What?
The cat call.
Oh, okay.
And the joke.
Okay.
I enjoyed the joke.
The Penn and Teller joke?
No.
The Who joke?
Yeah.
Call me Allison the way I slip on horse food. Hey, slip. Trip. I shouldn't have said slip twice. You know what? This next one is from a submitter whose hookup passed away.
Dick to bomb.
Hi, Ricky.
Immediately so sad.
Yeah. I was like, somber.
I'm taking back
start.
my Allison Hayslip comments.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, it's not even Allison. It's Allison Hannigan, isn't it? Is Allison or Flanagan?
Now I get the joke.
Allison Hannigan is in How I Met Your Mother.
She's the host of Penn and Teller's Fooled You.
Oh.
Allison Hayslip's from Attack of the Show, I think. Terrible joke.
You are more than welcome to use my name. My pronouns are she, her. I had a friend pass away recently. Basically, we were hooking up for a little while, and then we stopped, and we were just friends for the most part. And then he died. And I've found out a lot of information in the past couple of days about how he felt about me, and I don't know how to grieve a relationship. This is also so sad, by the way. I also have a really funny racist story that I wanted to tell you guys. But
I'm on a roller coaster
I also
here.
don't even know. Yeah. I don't know what to do. Don't know how to grieve a relationship I never got to have, but also I'm realizing this probably isn't getting any great content. So
We're not laughing at your tragedy. We're laughing with you.
I need more information. Are you finding out that he was like in love with you? And
That's what the
vibes are, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know.
Wow. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. We're all thinking it. Does it change the way that he passed? Does that change anything?
Okay.
Is there a way that he passed that would make this any different?
I don't think so.
I agree. We were all thinking it. We had to get it out of the way.
I wasn't thinking it.
I was speaking French. I think, unfortunately, you need to set aside. And this is hard. It's a lot easier said than done. Okay.
Okay.
Get off my freaking back. You need to be able to work on compartmentalizing grieving the loss of a friend with grieving the loss of this relationship that never existed.
Yeah.
And focus more on just the loss of the friend thing.
Yeah.
I think focusing on what could have been is destructive and not helpful.
Yeah, it will not help any.
Like,
it'll just make grieving
the
loss of the friend even harder.
Yeah.
And
I think you should go to therapy.
Yeah.
Because these are big emotions. And these 3 dweebs on the internet aren't
This is not advice.
prepared to help you with this.
2 dweebs.
1 dweeb, 1 dork, 1 geek.
Ooh.
Of indeterminate order.
Ooh.
I agree, Erica, but unfortunately we have to answer because legally we are not advice and legally we have to answer.
That was my advice. Go to therapy.
What? That's lame. You're deferring? Like it's a coin toss at the beginning of a football game?
I'm sorry to defer to a fucking professional who actually knows what they're talking about and is trained to handle these kind of big emotions and grief.
We got to 1,000 hours of podcasting. Don't
Josh,
fact check that.
I've never been broken up with, let alone...
Neither is this person. They died.
True.
That's not a breakup.
It is kind of a breakup.
In a way.
A very permanent breakup.
In a way, it's not amicable.
Yeah.
But you don't want to know my answer.
I've also never had somebody I love. I have had people
You've
I
had
love
a lot
die,
of
but
people
I've had a lot of death in my life, but not of a lover.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you want to say that you don't want us to hear you say?
Well, I just feel like it's going to it's going to feel like it's not a serious answer, but I guess just become Dr. Frankenstein, bring him back to life, then turn him into Frankenstein, see what it could have been.
Frankenstein's monster.
Well, Frankenstein's boyfriend.
Watch Lisa Frankenstein.
I heard it was good.
It's pretty good. It was fine.
Was that the plot of Lisa Frankenstein?
Loosely.
Oh.
I mean, it's loosely based off Frankenstein.
No way.
I don't remember there ever being a boyfriend in Frankenstein. So I thought I kind of had a new original idea over here that I was going to pitch.
Anyway, listener, I'm so sorry.
I didn't want to talk about that part.
It's real rough, bud.
Very rough. Don't take anything we're saying too seriously. We're just trying to keep it light. However, I think go to therapy. Work on compartmental. I do not think it's helpful.
I do think that's good advice.
I do not think it's helpful to focus on what could have been. I think you should focus on what you had. And it seems like you had a good friendship and a good relationship. Whatever level of relationship it was.
That's been the hardest part for me with like my dad dying is trying not to think about what could have been.
Yeah.
Or what future we could have had together in terms of like getting an actual dad back in my life.
Yeah.
So
honestly, you're gonna hate to hear this. I feel like this has been the best outcome. I feel like this is
the fact that we're almost a year later and he's still alive.
I just feel like you have been able to spend more quality time with him in the last year than the last 29 years.
Correct.
And I feel like if there wasn't this big life shaking, thing, he would have never changed as a person. At the beginning of our relationship, I was like, he was young when he had you. I was like, maybe he'll grow up. And then about, 4 years in, I was like, he's never going to grow up.
Correct.
He's never showed a single ounce of caring about any other person in his life. And I guess he just needed to get cancer to even just fake it.
Yeah.
Well, his son had to get into an extremely horrible car accident with a traumatic brain injury, and his daughter had to have a baby for him to be like, oh, maybe I should be in my kids' lives.
Yeah.
And then not even 2 years later, get diagnosed with cancer. That's what did it.
Yeah. It was a real 3 strikes you're out kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But somehow he's beat the less than 5% chance of living more than a year. Almost a year, I should say.
I don't remember if that person gave us their name, but sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks to hear, man.
Yeah, it's hard. You'll one day at a time.
Yeah. This last voicemail of the episode, again, 850 Judgies to call in, is kind of a question only for me.
That sucks.
Josh, I need you to teach me how to do quick math. I can't do quick math. How did you do it? Okay, bye.
That's it.
Okay.
And Christian slided.
Yeah. Christian is very good at math.
I wouldn't say very good at I would say I'm good at math. I would say Josh is very good at math.
I think you're good at quick math, man.
Quick math.
Yeah.
I think you're better. I feel like you hit me with like fractions and shit. I'm just like, damn. Damn, son.
I exude a lot of math confidence.
Okay. Yeah.
You do
I've
look
got-
like you're good at math
That's not what I meant.
/ derogatory.
That's fucked up. I have big derivative energy.
Yes, for sure.
So even if I'm kind of wrong on math, I just say it really positive, really aggressively. Yeah. And especially Erica, not her strong suit, will not check me. And so she just thinks I'm really good at math. And sometimes I'll just say shit.
Yeah.
So that's number 1 is be confident. Number 2, listen, there's a reason why when you're learning math, they show you flashcards. It's just straight up like pattern recognition and memorizing to a certain degree.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
So like, for instance, it looks like Erica's going to say something.
7 + 4.
11.
Fuck. I was going to say 10.
That is rough.
Really?
I wish I was kidding.
You set up the equation.
I know.
You set it up.
I know.
I will say also, I've taken a lot of math in school.
Yeah.
So like that adds into the like.
So have I, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it.
Yeah, I took Calc 2 3 times pretty much.
Really?
I took it partially in high school. I took it in at community college, and I took it again at North
fun.
Central. No, they all counted
I
for
like
different
to
credits.
punch metal for fun.
Nothing.
You don't want to fight a guy that punches metal for fun, do you, Josh?
And then I'll say this: I like math. I sometimes will do math for fun, not necessarily punching metal. But that being said, obviously, if you like it, you'll enjoy it more. I just see numbers.
If you like it, you'll enjoy it more.
Interesting.
Yeah, I am on the same page as you.
Put that shit on a shirt.
You'll remember it better if you like it. And so I just see more numbers because whenever I'm doing anything, I attribute numbers to things.
Yeah.
Nerd.
If I'm doing something, if I'm playing a game of doing anything, I love to calculate odds.
Oh yeah, Josh is a big odds man.
I love looking at numbers, and like I've never been a big gambler at all because I only win. But
I'm on a fucking heater right now.
So lame.
I think it's part of the reason why I like sports. I think any guy who's like super into sports probably is a similar where it's like the reason why people really like sports is just stat compilation.
Yeah.
When it comes to fantasy football, I just love stat compilation. I like looking at numbers. All that being said, quick maths. The easiest way to think about maths is to break things down into their definitions and to make it easier. So, what is 7 + 4? It's an equation.
Not 10.
Obviously. And I mean, 7 + 4 might just be a flashcard. You might just know, boom, 11, right? But if you don't know it, that's fine. Like, let's say it's 107 + 214, right? You still have that 7 + 4 in there,
Yeah.
right? So if you break down 7 + 4, that's just 7 + 3 + 1. That's how I do the quick maths.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Some people might do 7 + 4 is 6 + 4 + 1. They'll break the 7 into 2 easier parts.
I ain't doing it like that.
And Christian, what are you doing?
So it's how you said that you just have the patterns in your head. So I know 7 + 4 is gonna be 11, but I also do like you said, like 17 + 4. It's like I know it's gonna be 21. I always know it's gonna end in a 1, and then I carry.
Sure. Yeah.
I always know what like the first digit is going to be of the, the last digits.
Yeah.
That's how, like, especially with like tipping and like
Sure.
addition. You say I'm good at math. I'm only good at addition.
You want to know how I do it?
Yeah.
With my fingers. 8,
Which
9,
is valid.
10. Oops. 11.
Yeah. So I just have like the 0 through 9. I just know what they are added to each other.
You want to
in
know
every
how I do
combination.
bigger numbers?
Hmm.
I asked Christian.
Calculator. Tipping, going to 20% tipping is one of the best things that's happened in American culture. Because it used to be 15%. And I'll show you how to do
hard.
15%. If your bill is $35.27 and you want to tip 15%, again, you're going to break it down into easier things.
Okay.
So 15 is just 10 plus 5.
Okay.
10%, all you're doing is moving a decimal. So 35.27, 10% of that is 353. So 3.527 rounded up to 353. 5% is just half of that. So 353 divided by 2. Well, I know 35 divided by 2 is 17.5.
Okay.
So you just add $1.75 onto your 350. 75 plus 50, we all know is 125. Then you add in the dollars.
Okay.
So
okay.
every single maths where I'm doing quote unquote quick maths, I'm breaking it down into things where it's easier for me to handle in my head. 20% way easier. If your bill is $35.72, 10% of that is $357. Multiply it by 2. Sometimes I'll just bump it up to 360, $720.
Yeah.
360 times 2 is way easier than 357 times 2.
True.
But what you could do is 360 times 2 minus 6. Because 357 minus 360 is 3. You're multiplying it by 2.
Getting lightheaded over here.
He dropped some nerd shit on us at the end there.
And
how does Common Core work? Are you just doing Common Core?
Probably. I'm
Common
sure
Core, you round up to like 5s and 10s, right?
Probably. But I'll say I had a very good 44 ounce of bevy of math teachers. I feel like I had a really good, like you can have bad math teachers and bad math teachers can make you hate the whole fucking genre.
That's true.
Of music. I also listen to a lot of math rock.
You want to know why I hate it?
What's up?
Because I'm not immediately good at it.
Sure.
So I hate it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Another one with fractions. I'll tell you how I do fractions.
I don't like how excited you got.
I love math. Math is great. Math is a really cool thing. Oh, was Jack Black in School of Rock not correct?
Mm-mm.
So, take fractions that you know that are easy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We all know 1 over 4 is a quarter, right? 0.25. You might not know what 1 over 8 is. 1 over 8 is just half of 1/4. 25 divided by 2, it's 12.5, right? So now if you want 16ths, 1 over 16, just 12.5 divided by 2 again. And so it's like easier to do math. So 1 out of 7. You're like, I don't know what the fuck 1 out of 7 is. You can figure out what's 1/3. 1/3 is 0.33. 1/6 is 0.167. 777, obviously repeating, of course.
Obviously.
What's 1/8? 1/8 is 12.5. We just decided that, correct?
Okay.
And you just sort of average those two.
Okay.
So if you know 1 over 8 is 12.5 and 1 over 6 is 17% roughly, you can guess 1 over 7 is like 14%.
Okay.
And then you can do your double check.
Okay, can we...
7 times 14. 7 times 10, 70. 7 times 4, 28. 70 plus 28, 98. That's pretty close. So you know that 1 over 7 is about 14%. Or 0.14.
Oh, because it'd be 100 if it was
you want to add up to 100.
Okay.
And this is how we do quick maths. Multiplication, we do the same thing.
Can we be done?
And one last one on multiplication.
He's in his fucking bag right now.
If
I
someone's like, oh boy, it's 529 times 3. Or times 30.
Okay.
You start out with just 500 times 3. That's 1,500. And then you just add another 10 because now it's times 30. That's 15,000.
Okay.
You're pretty close. That's all you really need in that situation.
Pretty close.
That's it. That's my maths. Any questions about maths?
No.
But like I said, it's just straight up, unfortunately, like there's a reason why you do flashcards. It's just the more you familiarize yourself with numbers, like you'll see, like if you really look into shit, you'll see like 1 out of 7, like a really fun one. You're going to think this is really fun, Erica.
You're going to love
7 times 7 is 49. Hang your britches on the line.
That's good.
I ate and I got sick on the floor. 8 times 8 is 64.
Okay, you're a big mnemonic gal.
Those are the only ones I got.
Okay. Anything times 9 you can do on your hands as long as it's smaller than 10, which is cool. I learned that while I was tutoring a 3rd grader.
I do like that. Yes,
that's pretty sick.
That one does go kind of nutty.
What was I going to say though?
A fun number.
It was really important.
What's really important?
There's really cool patterns in math. I think this is why math is so cool. 111 times 111. You might just sit there and be like, "What the fuck? Let me get a calculator." It's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And then and then 11 times 11. 11 squared is 1, 2, 1. 111 times 111 is 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1 times 1, 1, 1, 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's cool patterns that you can learn, and then you pop them out at a party, and now you're awesome.
Yeah. He pops out at a party. He's so close to getting his wiener touched. If Aurora's there, it pretty much sealed the deal.
And if she's not, I'm popping out my dentures and I'm replacing my ribs.
I'm getting rid of the ribs.
I didn't like it. Okay, anyways. Bye.
Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 bye. That was kind of hot how you threw those numbers out there, Josh.
I didn't even get to the coolest one.
Which is?
Fractions of 9. 1 out of 9 is 0.1111111. 2 out of 9 is 0.2222222. And it makes sense because what's 9 out of 9? It's 0.9999999, which 0.99999 repeating equals 1.